Hey guys, just wanted to do a quick walk around and initial impression video here of the Revolt rtx-1. I just picked this bike up probably 2 weeks ago. I only have about 20 miles on it. I live in the Midwest and it's early spring, so we're getting a lot of rain. I picked the bike up from the manufacturer in St. Louis. Met with the owner. He is a great guy, very helpful, had answers to every question that I had. They put together a very comprehensive owner's manual for this bike, which is definitely a big plus. One of the reasons I chose to go with this bike is not only were they about 4 hours from me and I could pick it up instead of having it shipped to my house. This is a full-size dirt bike. A lot of the bikes out there, they say they're electric dirt bikes, but they just look like electric mountain bikes, I guess. I don't ride mountain bikes. I didn't want to ride a mountain bike. I ride dirt bikes, so it's awesome that this is very similar to me. It still has a rear foot brake, which is a huge plus to me. I hate the handbrake. It is a 4-speed transmission. It does have a clutch. So, I mean, you could hop off a dirt bike, a gas-powered dirt bike, hop onto this bike here, and you feel right at home. The suspension, so I'm 200 pounds without gear on, and the suspension is a little undersprung for me, but it's not terrible. I did adjust the clickers to where I want them. I think it'll do fine as a trail bike, which this obviously is, if the headlight didn't give it away in the kickstand. The brakes on this bike are top-notch, I would say. They are clearly based off the KTM Brembos, and they work just the same. The forks are a little smaller than the KTM. These are like 48 millimeter, I think. So I was gonna see if I could fit the KTM triple clamp on here at some point and maybe put WP forks on it, maybe a PDS rear shock, but that's for the future. As far as power goes, this bike has loads and loads of torque. It has plenty of power. It's not as fast as my 252 stroke in the background, but it is plenty fast for sure. It's got plenty of power. I think it's going to do awesome in the woods. It's got a 72 volt, 60 amp hour battery, and I cannot comment on how far it can go or how long it lasts or anything like that yet. I do plan to test that here pretty soon. The battery is swappable within a minute, and I'll try and show you that real quick. Just pop these guys out here, the shrouds, little latch under the seat, and this whole thing flips up. Gives you access to the battery right here. Quick and easy. The gauge panel on here is actually pretty cool. It gives you the miles, RPM, battery percentage, odometer, which is miles, gear selector, and mile per hour. So it's all pretty cool. All your controls, pretty much the same as a dirt bike. This does have a low and a high mode. It does have reverse. It has a horn, headlight obviously. Suspension is compression and rebound, front and rear, adjustable, which is awesome. The pegs, kind of a weak point in my opinion. They're not very spiky, not very grippy. So those are probably going to get changed out at some point. The swing arm, as you can tell, probably direct copy of the Austrian bike. It handles just like the orange bikes, which is awesome. The only thing I really did to this so far is I put Shell Rotella 1540 in the transmission here, and I lowered the shifter a little bit. This was actually up higher when I originally got the bike, and I lowered it down a little bit for my preference. I did the oil change and adjusted that at the same time. Not sure which one really did it, but it does shift incredibly better now. I'm pretty sure that's the oil. It's 1540 Shell Rotella T4. The tires came rock hard on this thing. Not sure what they had in them, probably 35 PSI or something. I got 10 PSI in this rear tire right now, and it's still quite hard. I think I'm gonna go lower. I think I got 12 in the front. Rock hard. Yeah, but anyway, the bike rides fantastic. You could tell it has a low center of gravity for sure compared to a gas bike. Handling is right on par. It handles like a dirt bike. It feels like a dirt bike. It's just, if you want an electric dirt bike and you don't want to pay 10 grand, I mean, this is pretty much the best way to go in my opinion. I looked at a lot of bikes online. The one that sold it for me, again, I was able to pick it up. I was somewhat local, only 4 hours away. But not only that, this guy stocks every single part on this bike in stock in his shop. He could ship it anywhere in the United States. In the owner's manual that they created for this bike, they went over all the torque specs for it, which is awesome. They tell you all about the battery and the battery monitoring system. They go over the sprockets and they tell you what bike you need to buy sprockets for. And I believe the rear was a KTM 250 and the front was a maybe Honda CRF 230 or something like that. It's pretty cool that they give you that information. A lot of times when you're buying bikes like this, you just kind of have to figure out what works. So that saves a little bit of time if you are wanting to change your gearing for maybe road use or whatever. I think it's geared pretty good for off-road. I don't use first gear. It's pretty pointless. Second gear is awesome. Tons of torque. It'll power wheelie, no problem. But yeah, just overall, it's a really cool electric bike. I mean, I hope I can get enough range out of the battery to do maybe like a 40-mile loop or something, but we'll see. I'm not sure. It does have a peak power of about 22,000 watts, which is, I mean, pretty good for what it is. Rims look to be quality, you know, nice big spokes. All looks swappable with KTM stuff. I'm not sure if it is yet, but it does look like it will be. Could definitely use a skid plate. That's probably one of the first things I'm going to do. Skid plate and handguards since I ride in the woods. Yeah, just really hopeful that it's going to be a good bike and have good range. So far, within the 20 miles I put on it, I'm thoroughly impressed. I think it's worth every penny. I can't imagine needing any more power. It has plenty on tap. It pulls like a freight train. It's just incredibly fun. And one of the downsides, I would say, there isn't too many. I do feel a little cramped on the bike. I think it might need taller bars. And I might try these handlebars in the more forward position there, which is probably hard to see, but they are adjustable. They can go to the forward position. Might give that a try. The seat is absolutely not comfortable, but you're not supposed to be sitting on a dirt bike for very long anyway. The seat cover does feel cheap. Feels like it can stretch and possibly tear easily. Not a big deal. There's plenty of seat covers out there. Looks to be shaped like a KTM seat for sure. Other than that, I did power wash the bike once already. I did not have any issues with water intrusion, I don't think, anyway. I did power wash the bike and it works fine. Had no issues. I think that's about it. I would say if you guys are interested in one of these, check them out at revoltpowersportsusa.com. I think these are the MSRP for $6,500, free shipping. They do have another model that is a little bit cheaper, a little bit smaller of a battery, I think it was. Can't really comment on that too much, don't know much about it. But yeah, if you're looking for an electric dirt bike that is comparable to a full-size dirt bike and you don't want to spend 10 grand, this is an excellent option. I don't think I would say I'm an average rider at best. I ride in the woods. This is going to have plenty of power for me. I don't think I'm going to even use this bike to its full potential. I think I will use the suspension to its full potential, but hopefully that can be swapped out with some WP stuff. But either way, if you're looking for an electric dirt bike that doesn't break the bank, if you're a woods rider, you would definitely like to have the 4-speed in the clutch. Give him a shout. The owner's a really nice guy. He could answer all your questions. Like I said, they keep all the parts in stock on the shelf, ready to go. They have frames, seats, motors, transmissions, clutches, sprockets, plastics, you name it. They got everything. If you like what you see or you're interested in these bikes, please subscribe. I'm going to try and make more content about it. This is my first YouTube video, really. But I'm going to try and get some good riding footage of this bike. I think it's impressive. I think it should be more well known, I guess you could say, that these bikes are out there. There isn't much content on them. So yeah, if you want to see more, subscribe. I also do a lot of other dirt bike and moto stuff. Yeah, just a great looking bike, you know, looks a lot like the KTM Freeride kind of frame. Not sure if I've never seen one of those, so I don't know if they're identical or not, but yeah, just an awesome bike. The fit and finish of everything is very nice. It doesn't look low quality. It doesn't feel low quality. Nothing seems flimsy. It seems very well built. And it is just an absolute riot to ride. It's so much fun. All right, guys. If you want to see more, please subscribe. Hopefully you like the video. And we are out.